Welcome everyone, I'm Dean Gordonitis. This is Unleash This Book Reviews, where I talk about sports, politics, arguments I got into with my girlfriend, who's now actually my fiance, so feel free to leave me all the comments in the world congratulating me. Last time I talked to you, she hadn't said yes yet. Now she had, so I'm getting married. Anyways, here to talk to you today about my first experiences with Thomas Pynchon's Bleeding Edge. And I'm going to ramble. I got a few notes, but I read chapters 1 through 15, so I think like the first 170 pages. Wanted to catch up with you guys. Wanted to make myself appear a little taller by pumping up this chair here. Hold on, let's see. Oh, yes. Now I'm 5'8". But yeah, so Bleeding Edge. Let's get talking. What did you guys think? What do you like it? Do you love it? Do you think it sucks? Just let me know. For those of you who haven't started reading yet, there's still time. Let me tell you what it's about. Main character Maxie is a mom, 2 children. She's divorced, but she still talks with her ex and might still kind of be in love with him. And she is like a detective, pretty much. But she lost her license, so now she does it off the books, and that lets her carry around a gun. That's kind of one of the fun parts about it, I guess. It really, in a lot of ways, reminds me, excuse me, of Janet Ivanovich, like the detective author, writes detective stories, mainly for women audiences. Like, what are they called? It's like, they're all numbered, like 11 something, Fiery 18, Sinister 7, and stuff like that. And they're all like criminal novel, detective stuff. It really seems like that, but kind of with a slightly drugged out edge, I suppose you could say. Nothing like Inherent Vice, which I had kind of dabbled in, where that's just loaded in pot lore. But just kind of erratic all over the place. There's a lot of characters to follow, almost to the point where I feel like I want to list them down, but I haven't, and I'm still making it through okay. So I'm kind of just going with the flow and following the ride and not getting myself too concerned with making sure I remember every single character, but for the most part, I am. Some points other points that I wanted to bring up is it's loaded with references, obscure references, mostly like pop references, and I don't get many of them, but I'm not letting that deter me, and it's fun probably for people who are older than me that understands more of them. And going off on that point a little bit, Pynchon's attention, and I'm probably butchering his name, please guys, like throw the pronunciations, whatever, in the comments. His attention to detail in this book. Okay, so it takes place, the attention to the era, actually, I should say. It takes place in like right before September 11th, 2001, and it seems like they make a big deal about that, advertising it, and they haven't in the book yet, like why they pick that date as sort of the date that it's like people are focusing on when they talk about this book, but I'm assuming that'll come, and it takes place like right before that, and I'm really taken away, like really, what's the word, impressed, I guess, with how well he's able to label these things that happened at that time period. So like, I guess what I'm saying is if you want to write a book about the 1880s, you could like 1880, you could very easily go to Wikipedia and fact check everything. Did it exist yet at that time or not, and get rid of it and stuff like that. But I feel like when you're talking about the year 2000, like, the history hasn't been completely written yet, you know, and it's probably a lot harder to make sure you're nailing that stuff right. But as I listen to, when I read him, you know, it all kind of fits chronologically, and I remember, oh yeah, that's right, we didn't have that yet then, and things like that, and it's fun, it's cool, it's entertaining, and props to him for being able to write like that. Last couple of things that I think are kind of funny, interesting. The kind of criminal organization that Maxine is investigating in is called Hash Slingers with a Z after it. I have no idea what that name's referring to, but it's a funny name, right? And it's definitely got drugs in it. So if you guys have ideas on that, I'd love to hear what you have to say about that. Also, last thing I wanted to talk about is who is narrating this story. So the guy, I don't know, when you're listening, when you're reading along to the story, somebody is telling you this story, and I can't figure out who. And it's easy to assume at first that it's Maxine because that's who the story is based on, but there's little nuances that are saying no. So instead of spelling it says, S-A-Y-S in the book, anytime that word is used, it's spelled S-E-Z, and there's got to be a reason for that, and I don't know why. And the only thing I can think of is, well, there's two things. One, this is how Thomas Pynchon says it a lot, and I just haven't read enough of his works, and if that's true, please tell me. But two, it's supposed to be a distinctive way to kind of point out that there's somebody telling us the story, and that's the way they kind of pronounce the word says. So I'm leaning towards number two, but it could be number one. Let me know what you think. And they also, anytime like a movie is referenced, always in parentheses is the date that the movie was released. So I'm kind of wondering, like, you know, that's either showing somebody's like acute awareness of specific dates or interest in movies, or kind of just detail oriented type of person. I'm trying to match like what character so far could be the one who's trying to tell me the story, and I haven't found anything yet that seems concrete. So if you have ideas, throw them. Let's talk, you know. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say for now. I'll be back again with the next bunch. Maybe we'll get 2/3 of the way through or something like that, and we'll come back and talk some more. You guys rock. You are my best friends when it comes to talking about books, and just, I don't know. I got a lot of friends around me, real people, I guess, not internet people, and they're awesome and stuff, but you are the guys I get to talk to books about, and I don't really have that around here, and I'm very thankful for you guys for getting involved, chatting it up with me everywhere, talking about things. I owe you a lot. I love every single one of you. So, yeah, with that said, don't forget to follow me on Twitter. I'm at UnleashThis. That's about all I got. Probably forgot something, but whatever. I'll see you soon.